So, the world of AI video, it just got a major shakeup. For a little while, it seemed like we knew all the big players. But it turns out the leaderboard has a brand new champion, and today we're going to dig into exactly how they pulled it off.
No, seriously, just imagine that for a second. The kind of power needed to create complex cinematic scenes isn't just from massive Hollywood studios anymore. That kind of power is moving right onto your laptop. And this new tool, well, it's making it feel more real than ever before.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a huge deal, first we need to get a lay of the land. This is a super high stakes race, and some of the biggest names in tech are in it to win it.
I mean, we've all seen those mind-blowing demos from Sora and VO, right? They really set the bar for what we thought was possible. But here's the thing, while they were getting all the headlines, another team was quietly building something that, well, the data says has just leapfrogged them. And here it is. This is Seedance 2.0, and it comes from the Seed team over at ByteDance. Now, these folks have been chipping away at this tech for years, and this latest version, wow, it is a major leap forward. So, what's the secret sauce here? What makes this thing so special? Well, it all comes down to how it understands creative instructions. It's like a totally different kind of creative partner.
All right, the magic behind all this is something called multi-modal AI. Now, the idea itself is pretty simple, but actually making it work, that's insanely complex. It just means the AI isn't only following one type of command. It's basically looking, listening, and reading all of your ideas at the same time to create one cohesive piece of art.
The best way to think about it is like you're a Hollywood director. You hand it a script, that's your text prompt. You give it a headshot of your star, that's your reference image. You even pick the soundtrack with an audio clip. And get this, you can even show it a scene from another movie and say, I want that style. It takes all those pieces and directs a brand new scene from scratch. And what it can do is, well, it's just staggering. We're talking about clips up to 15 seconds long with unbelievably realistic motion and physics. But the real game changer? Listen to this. It generates its own synchronized immersive audio. And as if that's not enough, it can also go in and edit parts of a video you already have, or even keep a scene going to show you what happens next. Okay, I know, that all sounds incredibly impressive, but talk is cheap, right? Claims are one thing, proof is another. So let's actually look at the data. How do we know it's the best?
And this is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's easy to put together a flashy demo. It's a whole other ballgame to consistently beat the best models in the world in blind tests when nobody knows which is which.
And boom, here's the first piece of proof. What you're looking at is a leaderboard from a site called Arena.AI. This is where thousands of regular people vote on which AI video they like better in these blind head-to-head matchups. And look who's sitting right there at the top. Yep, Seedance 2.0 ranked #1, beating out the big guns from Google and OpenAI.
Okay, so the public has spoken. That's powerful. But what about the pros? What happens when you get media industry experts, the people who do this for a living, to take a look? And turns out the expert reviews are even more of a slam dunk. This spider chart right here, it's basically Seedance 2.0 going head-to-head with its rivals across a bunch of different tasks. You see that big, bold shape on the outside? That's Seedance 2.0. And look, it's not just winning by a little bit. It's dominating in every single category, from prompt following to motion quality, and, maybe most importantly, how well the audio and video sync up. Let's put some hard numbers to that because they're pretty wild. So in those expert tests, it hit a 97.55% usability rate for motion quality. And what that means is almost every single time the expert said the movement was smooth, believable, and basically ready to use. That's just an insane level of consistency. And it's not just the video. The audio numbers are just as impressive. It scored a 93.75% usability rate for audio quality. And this is a really big deal because getting clean, believable sound from nothing, that's where a lot of these other AI models totally fall apart. And finally, let's talk about putting it all together. A 93.3% score for getting that audio and video perfectly in sync. That number right there completes the trifecta. You've got amazing motion, you've got incredible sound, and you've got perfect timing. So, okay, the data is crystal clear, but what does all this mean for people who actually want to make stuff? Let's get into the real-world applications. You know, the ripple effects from this could be felt across the entire creative world.
I mean, just think about it. Creating slick TV commercials without ever picking up a camera, or generating complex special effects for a movie without needing a massive render farm. We're talking about fluid animations for games, dynamic videos for social media, all coming out of one platform. And really, for so many creators, this is the bottom line. Being able to get that perfect shot without having to build a set or hire a huge crew or wait weeks for digital effects, that could completely flip the script on how content gets made. It makes everything faster, cheaper, and frankly, more accessible to way more people. Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all. Because what we're looking at here isn't just another cool new tool. This could be the beginning of a whole new era for storytelling. And it seems like the developers themselves really get how big this is. In their paper, they said their whole goal is to enable the technology to better serve every creator. That's not just corporate speak. That's about democratization. And that's really the idea I want to leave you with. Think about it. When the incredible, immense power of filmmaking is put into the hands of anyone with a laptop and an idea, what happens next? Whose stories are we finally going to get to see? The future of storytelling might just be a lot weirder and a lot more wonderful than any of us can imagine.